What's up? Let's breathe. Take a deep breath wherever you're at. Wherever you're at mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. Just take a really big breath in. And then let it go. A few more rounds of the deepest breaths you've taken all day today. Maybe you want to close your eyes. Maybe you want to observe your surroundings. Notice in your body what might feel tight, where you might feel some tension. Maybe you want to do some neck rolls if you feel some tension in your neck. Or maybe some shoulder rolls if you're feeling some upper body tightness. Just kind of wiggle it out. Get ready to move some energy through. To process these emotions, process these feelings, process the tension within us. Now find some stillness wherever you are, just for 5 deep breaths. Allow your mind to wander, but continue to bring your focus back to your breath, your inhales and your exhales. Notice how your lungs fill up in your belly, into your chest, and into your shoulders. And then notice when you empty out completely, how when your low belly tucks in to push out the rest of that air. Two more breaths right here. Be in this present moment. You have to continue to stay in the present moment if you need to process your emotions. It's hard to process emotions and feelings when you're living when those happen. You have to be in your shoes right now to be able to feel it out and to move forward. Take a big breath in, circle your arms up. And then on the exhale, you're going to do a side bend to the right. So you're going to grab your left wrist and extend through your left side body. Inhale back through center. And then side bend over to the left, feeling this right side body open here. Inhale back through center. Now take it on either side for a couple rounds of deep breath. Noticing how your spine feels, how your shoulders feel in your arms. Notice the energy movement within you and how the air assists you in opening your body. One more round of side bends. Now inhale back through center. Find a tiny back bend at the top. Open your chest and your throat. And then come into table pose. So on your palms and on your knees. And then we're going to do some cat and cows. So just move at the pace of your own breath. Arching and then rounding your spine here. Noticing the movement of the energy within you. A couple more rounds. Breathe nice and deep. And maybe on your exhale, you start to almost sigh it out. So there's an audible noise to your exhale. One more breath in. Tuck your toes under. Lift your hips up into downward facing dog. Notice what your body feels like in this pose. Notice where your energy lies in this pose. Take a couple really big deep breaths here and just feel it out. Finish your exhale completely. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees and then look at your thumbs. And then walk towards the top of your mat, forward fold. Halfway lift, flat back, breathe in. Exhale, fold over your straight legs. Halfway lift, breathe in. Lengthen your spine here. Exhale, fold forward and put a smile on your face. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, fold completely, let your head hang heavy. Now root to rise all the way up, reach up, look up, breathe in. And then take a side bend over to the right on your exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, center. Find your tiny back bend. And then exhale, fold over your straight legs. Keep a micro bend in your knees as to protect your joints. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Rise up all the way up, arms high. Take your side bend. Inhale, center. Find your stretch. Back through center, open your heart and throat. Exhale, fold. Halfway up, breathe in. Plant your hands, come into a high plank pose. So you're pushing out through your heels, your toes are tucked under. Breathe in and breathe out. Your core is all ignited here, pressing firmly through the palms. Breathe in, you're gonna shift forward past your wrists onto your tippy toes. And then on the exhale, you're gonna lower to the bottom of your push-up. And then you're gonna come into upward facing dog. So on the tops of your feet, arms straighten up. And then downward facing dog, you're tucking your toes. Breathe here for 3 deep breaths. Finish your exhale. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees, look at your hands. Go to the top of your mat. Halfway up, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Rise up all the way up, new air. Take your side bend. Inhale, center. Side bend, other side. Inhale, center. Exhale, fold over your legs. Halfway up, breathe. Plant your hands lower to the bottom of your push-up, chaturanga. Upward dog, open your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog, breathe out. 3 deep breaths, breathe in. And let it go. Notice how your energy begins to shift as you begin to move. This is a natural process. All you have to do is show up and do the work. 1 more round of breath. Let it go. Inhale, tippy toes. Bend your knees, look at your hands. Go to the front. Halfway up, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Rise all the way up, look up. Sink into chair pose. So bend your knees, hips back. Your hands can stay long, or you can bring your palms at heart center, whatever works for you today. Three more breaths, sink your lowest. Just go there, just full send it automatically. We don't like to half-ass things around here. Breathe in, and then let it go. Inhale, you're gonna reach your arms tall, keep your hips low. And then you're gonna open arm twist towards the right. So you're gonna create a twist here. Your wingspan is reaching as far as you possibly can, keeping your weight distributed evenly in your feet. Keep breathing. This might be hard, and that's okay. New air, breathe in. Extend your arms, breathe out. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, sit lower. Inhale, back through center, keep your hips low. And then twist towards the other side. So towards the left, noticing the movement of the spine here. Breathe in. And let it go. Notice if you can twist further one side than the other. Just notice it. Observe it. Notice the energy shift within you as you begin to do the work. Breathe in. And let it go. Inhale, reach long, shoulder blades kissing on your back. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sink your hips a little bit lower. Final round, reach long. Exhale, let it go. And then you're gonna come back into chair pose, breathe in. And then straighten your legs and fold over your straight legs. Let this feel good, let it go. Halfway up, breathe in. Exhale, fold in again. Halfway up, breathe in. Plant your hands, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Warrior A on the right side. Bring your right foot forward. Plant your left heel and then rise up. Square your hips towards the top of your mat. And then sink into those hips. Reach your arms tall. Exhale, lunge deeper into your right knee. Reach up. Exhale, ground through your feet. Breathe in. Let it go. Inhale. Open up to warrior B. So you're pointing your hips towards the long edge of your mat, arms to a T, lunging deeper into this right leg here. Breathe in and let it go. Actively push your right knee towards the outside or towards the right side of your mat. Breathe in and breathe out. Notice what's happening within your hips here. Notice the energy shift physically, mentally, and spiritually. Breathe in and let it go. Breathe in and exhale. Reverse your warrior, your right arm up and over. And maybe your left arm comes to meet your right side, right thigh, right pocket. Breathe in, reach behind you. On the exhale, you're going to lunge deeper into that right leg. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, reach. Exhale, chaturanga. Circle your arms over to the front and lower to the bottom. Upward dog, breathe in. Downward dog, warrior A on the left side. Breathe in. And then sink into your feet. Notice the contact of you and the earth. Breathe in. Exhale, find where you can soften around the edges. So find where you can release the tension. Breathe in. And then bring your shoulders away from your ears so your shoulder blades are kissing on your back. Breathe in. And let it go. Notice the energy shift. And then let it go. Reach tall, breathe in. And then open up to warrior B, arms to a T. Breathe. That's how you notice what's happening within you. As you continue to breathe and observe your breath, notice where the air flows within your body. What you focus on is what manifests. So focus on being in this pose. Reach long, breathe in. And then breathe out. Breathe in. And then let it go. Reverse your warrior, left arm up and behind you. Lunge deeper into that left knee. Breathe. Inhale, reach long behind you. And then chaturanga. Exhale your air all the way to the bottom. Empty completely. Up dog, new air. Downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Finish your exhale. Breathe in. And then sink into plank pose, coming onto your forearms. We're shifting our energy. Breathe in. And breathe out. You gotta do work to shift the energy. Breathe in. And then let it go. Continue to breathe here. Notice the breath. Notice as the body begins to tremble and shake. That means you're moving energy within you and around you, mentally and physically. Maybe you want to add some movement here with your breath. Maybe you want to shift forward onto your tippy toes, and then back, and then forward, and then back. Or maybe you want to do some hip dips over to the right, and then over to the left. Whatever helps you shift your energy. But whatever you decide, continue to breathe as deep as you possibly can. The deeper you breathe, the more you observe. That's a fact. Feel the fire start to build within you. Feel the heat in the muscles and the heat within your body. That means the work is working. Keep breathing. We're not done yet. It's good to challenge yourself. Keep going. Ten more breaths. Let's go. Halfway there. Maybe you want to find some stillness for the back half of this set to really soak it in, absorb every moment, absorb every feeling, absorb every emotion, and just feel it and sit with it and be with it. That's the only way to process anything, is to just be with it. You can't try to push it off. You can't try to brush it under the rug. That's not processing. That's called coping and covering it up. One more breath. Breathe in. Sink your belly down. Come into Sphinx pose. So keep your forearms where they are. And then tops of your feet like you're in up dog. Shoulder blades kissing on your back. Tucking your chin slightly. This should be a release in your shoulders and in your abs. A nice front body stretch. Take a big breath in. Open your mouth and sigh it out. Breathe in again. And let it go. Come back up into table pose. And then back into downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. And let it go. Lift your right leg high behind you, three-legged dog. Breathe in. And then bring your knee to your right elbow. Breathe out. Back up, three-legged dog. Breathe in. And then come forward into crescent pose. So your right foot between your hands. Stay on your left toes this time. And then breathe and rise up. Reach up. And then sink your hips lower. It may help if you bend your left knee slightly. You can even find an opening in the left front hip here. Breathe in, reach tall. Exhale, bring your shoulders away from your ears. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And then come into an open arm twist towards the right. So we're bringing out our spine here. So just like our arms were in warrior B. A nice wide wingspan reaching from fingertip to fingertip. Shoulder blades kissing on the back, sink lower. Breathe in. Breathe out. You can do it. Keep breathing. And breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Now reverse your crescent. So your left arm is up and over, And then your right hand is coming into your left front pocket. A nice opening of the body. Notice the energy shift. Notice the shaking of the body. That means the work is doing the work. Breathe in, last breath. And then chaturanga, windmill your arms down. Empty out completely, let it go. Inhale, new energy. Downward facing dog, let it go. Ooh-wee. Take a big breath in. Sigh it out. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, find your foundation for crescent pose. And then inhale, rise up. And then exhale, sink lower. Notice your foundations. Inhale, see where you can grow. Exhale, shoulder blades on your back. Inhale, look up. Now exhale, find your stability. Maybe you bend your right leg a little to help with stability. Get a nice front hip stretch. And then breathe. Last full round. Let it go. Inhale, reach tall. And then open arm twist towards your left leg. Notice and observe. Inhale, reach long. And then reverse your crescent. Notice the tremble. Notice the shake. That's the process of the energy moving through. Inhale, reach behind you. Exhale, lunge forward. Inhale, we're almost there. And then finish strong. Inhale, reach. Exhale, chaturanga. Let that energy go. Up dog, new air. Exhale, down dog, put a smile on your face. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees, look at your hands. Top of your mat. Halfway up, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands at heart center. Now we're going to set up for tree pose. So you're going to bring your right sole of your foot on the inside of your left leg, whether that's on your calf or it's all the way up on your thigh. Just be sure to avoid the knee muscle. You want to protect your joints. Or if you want to use it as a kickstand, bring your toes on the ground and your heel on the inside. Whatever works for you, find some stability through your left foot. Feel the four corners of your foot, your heel and your ball mounds of your feet. If you can, try to lift your toes up as to not put pressure on your toes. And then just sit here and notice how you kind of sway and wobble like a tree in the wind. Finding some balance through this left heel. And maybe if you feel confident, you can start to grow some branches. Lift your arms up towards the sky. Maybe you reach up, look up. Maybe you even close your eyes. That adds a new challenge, doesn't it? Just kind of feel around in this pose. Feel what you feel without any judgment for yourself, for your body and your abilities. You are where you are and you're at where you're at. Now I dare you to smile a little bit. Notice your deep breaths within you. Notice the shaking that's beginning to happen. A few more deep breaths. Keep breathing and noticing. On your next exhale, make sure to empty completely. Maybe you even hold it at the bottom empty for a few seconds. And then breathe in nice and full. And then both feet on the ground, walk it out. Ooh, feel it out. That's what's up. Ooh wee, who's ready for the other side? I am. So inhale, reach your arms up. And then exhale, hands at heart center, and then tree pose on the other side. So your left insole is coming into the inside of your right leg. Just feeling it out, noticing the difference between each side. Taking a deep breath, remembering not to judge yourself. Self-love is how we grow. We do not grow by judging ourselves. Also a fact. Allowing yourself to wobble and sway. Maybe fall out of the pose. Just get right back into it. Now, as you feel confident, put a smile on your face and grow some branches. Reach your arms up nice and tall. And then breathe. Notice the oxygen flowing through you, head to toe, finger to toe. Just a few more rounds, breathing here nice and deep. Last breath, breathe in nice and full. And then both feet on the ground, walk it out. Ooh, we notice that. That's called work. It's good stuff. Breathe in nice and tall. And then exhale, fold over straight legs. Halfway up, breathe in. And then chaturanga, plant your hands. Lower to the bottom of your push-up. Upward dog, breathe in. And then downward dog, breathe out. Inhale your right leg up. And then bring your right knee forward as if you were in crescent pose, but this time we're gonna bring our left knee down to the mat. Now if you need a little cushion, blanket, pillow, whatever you got going on, go ahead and protect your joint. What we're going for is a deep hip stretch, okay? So we're trying to stretch our left front hip and even our right hip here as we lunge deeper and let the gravity do the work. Now if you want to bring your hands up to your right leg for some stability and support, please feel free to do so. But if you're craving more of a stretch, go ahead and try to bring the palms of your hands onto the ground on the inside of your right leg. And then maybe start to bend your elbows. Whatever's floating your boat, just notice that stretch. Opening the hips is very beneficial to processing emotions. We contain a lot of our day, we hold it in our hips, all of our emotions, just releasing it and letting it go. The hips are a very sensitive point for holding our emotions and our feelings and everything that's going on in our lives. We can really build it up in our hips. They can be forgotten, but they will not be forgotten today. So my hips are on fire. I don't know about you, but if you need a little more stretch, go ahead and try to bring your elbows onto the ground or maybe onto a block or a pillow. Whatever's most beneficial to you. You want it to burn a little bit. That means you're doing the work, right? But not as a sharp pain. So if you're feeling some sharp pain in either knee, leg, anywhere else, go ahead and back out slightly. You want the gravity to do the work, so let your hips fall forward. And if you want to attack this right hip in a different fashion, go ahead and let your right foot start to edge up onto the outside so that that right knee starts to bend outward towards the right edge of your mat. It's a very intense hip opener. Just go ahead and feel it out. Notice if this feels intense. Just breathe through it. We're not going to be here forever. Just notice and feel. Process the emotions. Maybe you feel mad that you're in this pose right now. I know I feel kind of mad that I'm guiding myself through this own, pain and pleasure. It's a whole ebb and flow. Sometimes you gotta do the things you don't want to do because you know it's gonna help you. Just sink in deeper. Let your hips open. Let your legs fall apart. Remember not to judge yourself for any tightness or tension that you feel. Breathe in and breathe out. Now if your right knee is bowing out, go ahead and bring it back up through center. And then what we're going to do is slowly move ourselves into pigeon pose. So you're going to walk your right foot towards the left edge of your mat. And then you're going to drop your knee down so your shin is parallel. And you're going to walk your left leg further behind you. And then you're going to come onto your forearms, or maybe you stay at tall arms. And then feeling this hip stretch in a different direction. Still allowing the gravity to do the work. Find where you can soften around the edges. Soften your facial muscles, soften your shoulder muscles and your neck muscles. Just noticing, just feeling and observing. We're not going to be here forever. It's only temporary. Just a few more deep rounds of breath, really allowing this hip to open and just to let it all go. Every single last drop of pain or tough emotion, just let that shit go. Now coming back up onto tall arms, nice and slow. We're gonna make our way back into downward facing dog. Ooh, yeah, buddy. Walk it out, take a couple deep breaths. Notice the blood flow coming back into your legs. Now we're gonna get popping on the other side. So you're gonna inhale your left leg high behind you. And then come into our crescent pose and then drop your right knee down towards the earth. And then slowly sink in and let the gravity do the work. Notice the difference between each side. Now I'm gonna shut up and give you some space to breathe and feel it and relax and settle in. Now go ahead and open that hip onto the outside of your left foot. Notice the difference between the other side and this. Continue to focus on your breath. Just a few more breaths in this pose. Make them nice, deep breaths. Now slowly come into your tall arms. And then sink into your pigeon pose, so your left foot is coming over towards the right edge of your mat. And then sink in, let the gravity do the work. Nice and slow, take your time. protect your joints at all costs. And then feel it out. Breathe it out. Now noticing where your mind has traveled and bring your focus back to your inhales and your exhales. Notice your belly move, your chest, your shoulders move with your breath. Breathe in deep. Exhale, notice where your energy is at. And then slowly but surely come onto your tall arms. And then bring both of your legs straight out in front of you. Take your time, there's no rush. Safely come out of your pose and notice the blood flow. Maybe you want to give your legs a little wiggle. Nice tall spine here. And on your next inhale, you're going to circle your arms up nice and tall. And then from your hips, you're going to bend forward over your straight legs. Your toes pointing back towards your face. Tuck your chin slightly. And then just breathe and sink in. And allow the gravity to stretch your hamstrings and the backs of your legs. The deeper you breathe, the deeper the stretch. Five more really deep breaths. The deepest breaths that you've taken all fucking day. Wherever you're at, one more really deep breath. And then let it go. Slowly come up into a tall seat. And then we're going to come into Savasana. So you're going to lay on your back, arms at your sides, feet to either corner of your mat. And then you're just going to lay here, dead weight, and notice your breath. Take a really big breath in. Notice the energy shift that has happened within you. And then let it go. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Do some wrist circles and ankle circles. Maybe you move your head from side to side, starting to wake your body back up. And when you're ready, come into a nice comfortable seat. Just to show yourself some love, gratefulness for your beautiful body. I hope that you find some peace in your day today. Spread the love to yourself and to others when you can. And most importantly, be grateful for you and everything that comes across your path, mentally, physically, in your life. You always have the opportunity to come back to your present moment by using your inhales and your exhales. It puts everything back into perspective. You can find the Zen within you. You can instantly clear your head of all judgment, of all bullshit. You can come back to the now anytime that you need. Thanks for sharing. Namaste. Peace. That felt great, y'all. See you soon.